Good. Yes, we've got some things coming up. Yes, Katarina, Stephen, good, good, all good. Okay, my printer's going a little bit slow, but what I'm going to do is just start the video. Got the I don't know if you can hear the printer in the background. Just give me a thumbs up or a yes if you can. I'm not quite sure. It's taking longer than what I thought, but that's all right. We're going to get started. Okay, so have we got video? Can you just pop in the chat if you can see me? Because when I signed up for the paid version of Zoom, it has, yes, we've got video. Brilliant. Okay, what I'll be doing today is I'll share my screen. We'll be looking at unlocking or breaking the Facebook code, 10 steps to getting customers. We'll get right into it. Good to see you all here. The Adelaide weather is, it feels like the tropics. I don't know if most of you would be from Adelaide, I'd imagine, but it feels like it's absolutely tropical today. I'm sitting here, it's raining outside, I'm sitting here in short sleeves, and I'm really loving it. So those of you who've joined me from the tropics, you know, we've sort of got our own down here in Adelaide. I can see Marie here, nice to see you. Okay, so without further ado, getting into it. Okay. Okay. So we're breaking the Facebook code, 10 steps to getting customers. I would just like to share with you a little bit about myself and how I came to be in this sitting here giving this webinar today, and it's been quite an interesting journey, and I know a lot of you who have joined me here today have been part of that journey with me, and I'm really grateful for that. I actually started in not-for-profits, working in not-for-profits a long time ago, and I loved doing it, and I moved into government and worked for a while quite a long while as a management consultant in a government department in emergency services. They did some restructuring and I left government, and I'm just getting some messages here. I'll just have a look in case it's okay, so I'll check the chat messages afterwards. I've done a sound check and it all seems to be good, and a video check and it's all good. So I'll have to look at the chats after for questions. Okay, moving on. So working in government, when I left government due to restructuring, I decided I was going to work for myself, and I was going to work from home, and that was in 2012. So it's been a few years now since I've been sort of out of the workforce. I have done some consulting work with not-for-profits in the meantime, and I've done contract work like with some government departments and some other consulting work since, but mainly it's been focused on working on my own business, and that's been a few streams. One of them has been network marketing, and because when I left government I thought that I probably wouldn't be capable of actually developing or doing anything for myself, because I was in a pretty bad space emotionally and mentally and physically too, actually. That's another story for another time. But what I did was thought network marketing was going to be, teamed up with a great company, and I thought it was going to be awesome for me, and it was awesome at the time, and I did everything wrong. I was absolutely a spammy seagull. If you haven't read my blog, it's called Are You a Dove or a Seagull? It was one of those things where it was just so desperate to get things happening that I was putting links everywhere, and I was getting in people's faces and up their noses, and just really generally being a nuisance on Facebook. And I was sort of, I had some success, but I think it was more because I was a bit like a tractor barging through than I was, you know, sort of anything that was relationship building and developing, you know, sort of connections and that type of thing. And I just didn't know any better. I actually see that a lot these days, but this is the whole reason, not the whole reason, but part of the reason, the main part of the reason why I've sort of come to be sitting here today. But the other part of that was I was advised as part of the training to go to meetup groups and meet people and network with people. And I just thought, what a great idea. With a community development background, networking was just my forte and I loved doing it. So it was natural for me to do that. And then I was looking for a meetup group in the specific niche area that the company that I was with was operating in, and I couldn't find one. So I started one. And I have now in that group, there's about 700 members. And in the, I just thought, well, I'll just go and have all these people in the meetup group and then I'll go and show them the products and they'll become customers. And that didn't happen either. I came to my senses way before that happened. Thank God for that. Then I was contacted by a amazing guy, Shane Fozzard from the Australian Success Academy, and he said, would you like to come to hypnotherapy training in return for advertising this opportunity to your meetup group? And I went, hell yeah, you know, free training. And I didn't know what hypnotherapy was, but I thought, yes, it sounded like a good idea. And I was right into personal development, so it was sat well with my values. And I went to this training. I love hypnotherapy, and I went on to become a certified hypnotherapist and did further training and become a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner as well. And I understand that some of my colleagues are joining me today. Hi, to shout out to Brent. I did my training with Brent. I see you're here. Awesome. And there's probably some others I think that are joining us, or said that they're coming along, or at least getting a copy of the recording. So this was one of the major breakthroughs in my life, was having this information and these skills and tools to help others through hypnotherapy and NLP. And I run a business. I still do some hypnotherapy and NLP, but in the process of doing that, people who were I was just meeting a brilliant new a range of people that I'd never knew existed. So it just expanded my network exponentially. And then I would say, well, how do you get your clients? And I would say, well, I use my Facebook page. And so people say, well, show me how you do it. And I was going, well, okay. So last year I started doing workshops sitting around my kitchen table, and I started with one person because his name's Peter, and he said, you know, I work Friday, I work a 9-day fortnight, so I will, if I come over, will you show me how you attract your clients? And I said, yeah, sure. So he came over once a fortnight, and he was happy to pay me, and I figured if one person was, well, then maybe 2 people were, and if 2 people were, maybe 4. I maxed it out at 6 because the dining room table's not that big, and I ran workshops from my home, around my dining room table, Friday fortnightly, and then monthly for all of last year. And in November, I decided that after having some coaching, and if you don't have coaching, I'd absolutely, for any area of your life that you want to level up and you want to improve, I'd absolutely highly recommend that you look at getting coaching. If you're a business person, whether it's for your confidence or whether it's business or whether for whatever reason, I'd just say that you absolutely have to have coaching if you want to get to different levels in your business. So as a result of some coaching with an amazing guy, another guy called Peter, he actually runs Peter Border Coaching. So look him up too if you are, little shout out to you, Peter. We worked together, and he helped me think differently about the business and what I was doing. So I repackaged what I was doing, and this is one of the things that I do. So it's sort of, the webinar is a culmination of a whole heap of things that have come together, all my experiences, and that sort of thing that have made, given me the expertise and the understanding about using Facebook for growing your business. And I must say, I absolutely adore doing it. It's just something that I just revel in. I wake up every morning with amazing new ideas and the things that are coming down the pipeline. People, you really need to stay awake for this, because Facebook is only 1% developed or implemented its platform. There are daily changes. You probably would have noticed them, that the changes that are happening have been just fast. There might be tiny changes. There's been some big changes, but really the ones like the changes to the format of your business page, they happened last September. There's changes to groups that happened just last week. The structure and format of groups, you'll notice if you go into groups and you'll see, oh, where did I used to search, or where do I find the discussion, or where do I find the members? So they're now on the left-hand side. So all of this stuff is changing, and Facebook don't tell anybody. They sort of go, well, it's like Easter, you know, you sort of get up in the morning and then you've got to go and look for what's happening. And then if you can't find it there, it might be somewhere else. And it really is a maze if you don't know your way around it. And I've been studying it intently for quite some time now. And I've actually written a book. It's an ebook. It's called Breaking the Facebook Code, 10 Steps to Getting Customers on Facebook. And that's in the process of being launched. And I have another book, a big book coming out as well, which is similar. It's actually called Unlocking the Facebook Code, 10 Steps to Attracting Clients. And there's a reason that they're different, but I won't go into that today. Right now, I'm going to share with you the 10 steps to getting customers on Facebook. You can put questions in the chat box. I don't have a wing person to back me up, so if you do, I'll have to wait until afterwards. I'll have a look through the questions. If you want to make any comments, that would be awesome. But right now, we will just get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing is, and I think, oops, I licked my finger on webinar. Is that kosher? I reckon. Now I've got Mindset for Success. One of the things that I've noticed is that people come onto Facebook and they spend hours and hours and hours and hours scrolling through the news feed. Now, I did this myself, and I would say, look, I need to know what's happening. I need to know what's happening, even for your business. You go, well, you know, I've got to know what people's pain points are, or I've got to know what you know, my great uncle's cousin's second wife was doing for a birthday, or whatever it is. We come to Facebook, or people come to Facebook to be social. They don't come to be sold to. But we as business owners need to understand that we are not there to be social. We have to be social, but we're not there to be social. There's a distinction there. Now, what I would like to just show you is this is what happens to you if you scroll through the newsfeed. You will end up like this. It will suck out hours and hours and hours, days, weeks, months, years of your time that you will never, ever get back. What is the most important thing to you as a business owner? I would hazard a guess and say it's time. Because money is, you can always get more money if you haven't got any, but time you can never get back. And you've all heard that. I know you have. So scrolling through the news feed it's a time vampire. There are only certain, I'd actually suggest that this is the biggest breakthrough that I had actually as a business owner on Facebook, was that if I spend time in the news feed, I end up like this and I don't get the real work done. So I did like to still connect with people that like family and friends. I have a theory about what we do as business owners, pushing out information or pulling it in. And pulling it in is when you are just a numb recipient of what the information is that Facebook feeds to you. So even though it's based on your interests and it's based on your friends' interests, but Facebook someone else still decides what you get to see in your newsfeed. So if you have to do it, people are addicted to this. If you have to do it, schedule it in. Schedule in an hour or even 20 minutes a day at the end of the day when you decide that you're just going to flop in the chair and just numbly scroll. If it does that, if it's like soothing for you, schedule it in. But when you find yourself doing this and it's not the end of the day, when you should be, doing, I'm just looking at, checking my time here. If you find yourself doing this and it's not the end of the day and you should be doing other things, just remember that it's not going to help your business. So you do decide to do it, set an alarm, 15, 20 minutes. What I teach you to do is find people where you choose where you want to go. You don't have it sent to you numbly. So as a business owner, you're in the driver's seat. You control exactly where you go on Facebook. I don't deal with any other social media. It's only Facebook. I go an inch wide and a mile deep with Facebook. There are plenty of generalist social media specialists, or people, generalist social media specialists? No, that doesn't work. There are plenty of social media generalists out there who cover a wide range of platforms. I deal specifically with Facebook. I do use other platforms, but I deal specifically with Facebook, and I only teach Facebook. So this is something that you would want to think about when you are doing your strategy for social media. I won't go into it, but you will be looking at probably 2 or 3 platforms. I just letting you know now that Facebook is the only one that I do. So this is a signature concept that I came up with. It's called the House of Facebook, fast becoming a mansion. When I do the day workshops and the boot camp, which I'll talk about a little bit later, I do go over where you can comment on, where you can, like, if you imagine your personal profile is the hallway or the passageway, depending on which country you're in, it could be either, but the only way in and out of Facebook is through your personal profile or through the hallway. You can use your personal profile. And the reason I put this together is because I was talking to lots of small business owners, and one of them actually said, I don't understand how it all hangs together. And others have said, I want to be on Facebook, but I don't want to have a personal profile. I only want to be my business on Facebook. Well, to that, my answer is everywhere you go, there you are. So you can't be on Facebook if you are not a person. I have seen profiles that set up in the name of their business. That's against the terms of service or the terms of use for Facebook. And if they find out or you get reported, they will shut you down. It's not worth it. And also, in the interest of authenticity and being yourself on Facebook, which is a really, really important thing to do. And I know the smart chicks are here with me today, and they preach authenticity. That's what they're all about. So Courts and Kirsty, you know, kudos to you girls. And you have to be yourself, because everywhere you go, there you are. You can't be anybody else on Facebook. Nobody wants it anyway. And on Facebook, it's a different way of thinking about how you do business. It's actually about being yourself first and integrating your business with that. So the old business model of being your business and then yourself sort of sits behind the background, I actually don't believe that exists anymore. So only way in and out is through your personal profile or the hallway. You've got multitudes of rooms here. You've got your business or fan page room, messenger room, adverts room, groups you're a member of or admin of room, instant articles room, events room, games room. I usually cross out the games room because I figure if you're a business owner and you're playing games on Facebook, unless your business is games, then you don't need to be there. It's a bit like the newsfeed. On the back veranda, you can have 5,000 people. I think I'm the only one who actually does teach this. I haven't heard any other social media person actually teach the idea that your friends and family are part of who you would be, if you get the right people there, it's part of who you would be having in your house of Facebook for your clients and your customers. I'll just share a little story with you. Now, I can't see how many are online, but I know there's a lot. I would have to just take down the PowerPoint to see how many, but the screen is full. I can't see any more. I've got a limit of 50 on my webinar, Zoom webinar capacity. And I had, at lunchtime yesterday, I had 6 people registered for today's webinar. And that was at like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So I'm thinking, what can I do about this? I didn't have a marketing budget for it. I just went, I need to share my message with as many people as possible. What can I do? Now, I went to my back veranda and I connected with people in my back veranda. And I went from lunchtime yesterday to this morning. Last I looked, there were 74 people registered for this webinar. Now, the ones who are registered, you would have got a message from me saying, hey, you might be interested in this. You can't send those messages too fast or Facebook will put you in jail or give you a slap. So I had to pace it, but I was connecting with people that I'd connected with before. And obviously you had an interest in what I have to say because you've registered and you've hooked in today. The whole point about that is the people I have on my back veranda are people that I know are interested in what I have to say, whether it's me as a person or if it's from me as the business, Social Media with Adair, or for hypnotherapy. I have selected people that I specifically know I'll resonate with and who resonate with me, and we can do business or we can be friends or we can just hang out together, but they're the right people. Now, this is a critical part of the process because many people, we'll go back to the mindset. I don't know if I can do that. We'll go back to the mindset. And what this does is says, if your mindset is that your personal profile is separate from your business persona and who you are as a business, then you're not using Facebook as in its entirety as an amazingly powerful business tool. That's a really important concept to take away. So if you take away nothing today, that is the one concept that I would really suggest that you think carefully about. I've got some hair in my. Really think carefully about and think about how you manage your personal profile or the hallway, because it's critical. It's central to who you are and what you do on Facebook. Okay, so let's move on to that's step one. This is step two, is having a health check on your business page and having your settings tuned in. Now, this is something that a lot of people also overlook. What they do is they use their business page as a website. And there's nothing wrong with that, but websites are generally static. There's not a lot of interactive stuff happening on websites unless you've got a blog where you're regularly putting things. Facebook is more, if your business page is, you just go and post and then you don't go back. I've heard people go, well, you know, there's no engagement there and there's not much happening and I post and nobody really cares. Well, it's because you don't care. And I know this is harsh words. It's because if you're not there, if you're not putting some air and some life, breathing life into your business page, then you're actually doing yourself and your business a disservice. So I'm going to, I have a health check process, a template that I've developed. It's actually available on my business page. I'll send it out as a special bonus with the recording for this webinar. No, I just got to make sure that I put the recording on because I do that every time. No, it's recording. That's awesome. Okay. I know we just got, okay. So where was I? Yes, I'll send out the health check template with this recording of this webinar so you can access your own. Use it to have a look at where your business page is going really well, because there are, like I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of business pages over the last 18 months, and it is amazing how people can do some stuff really well, and then they can do stuff really poorly. So you can use that to check for yourself. I do have a bonus at the end about doing health checks for people who come into the boot camp. I'll talk about that a little bit further down the track. The other thing I wanted to say was make sure you have your settings tuned in. Now, by this I mean your settings on your business page and also your settings on your personal profile. At the very least, go, because I don't believe a lot of people actually go to their settings. Now, I would suggest, and one of the things I teach is that you need to be in your settings at least for your business page, if not for your personal profile, but your business page at least monthly. Get in there, have a look around, familiarize yourself with what's in the settings, because Facebook make changes to them all the time. And if you don't know what's changed, you don't know how you can keep up with what's happening. So if you're not part of our boot camp or our Codebreakers boot camp, because I take those, any updates I bring back to the boot camp or the Codebreakers group immediately. But what you want to do is, if you're not part of it, get into your settings, and here's something else that you need to do. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the settings, and at the very least have your messages turned on. So there's 3 sections in the messenger. One is having your messenger greeting turned on. The other is having your out of office turned on, and the other one is instant replies turned on. That's at the very least in your settings. Do that. And your reviews. There is a lot, but go through the settings. Make sure you're familiar with them. On your personal profile, have your tagging turned on, because you want to be tagged. You want to have other people connecting with you and tagging you. You want to be able to tag other people too. So open it up as much as you're comfortable with. And I know this is something that people do struggle with, and it goes back to mindset again. It is around, if you're a business on Facebook, you really do need to have be transparent and open and authentic, so people can connect with you and reach you and find out as much about you as you are humanly possibly able to share with them. So I would suggest that you have your year of birth locked down, but you can have your date of birth open, and in your settings have your tagging turned on, but also review tagged photos of you, or review things that people post onto your timeline or into your hallway. So there's a few little tips that you can do for your business page and your personal profile, just to help people connect with you better. So okay, so next we are looking at step 3, identifying your avatar, and I call it your alter ego. It could be your special friend, your imaginary friend, your better half, your whatever it is. I call it alter ego because my avatar is a previous version of myself. People say they don't generally, my service or product is for everybody. And yes, it might be. But the most important thing about this is to think about who you want to work with, because there are some people that you would not like to work with. They're not your tribe. They're people that you just don't resonate with them. On Facebook, there's 1.89 billion people. You will never, ever, 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 ever run out of people that you would like to work with. So just keep that in mind. Know who you want to work with. There have been discussions about whether you have 1 avatar or 2 or 3 or many. I'm of the opinion that you have 1. If you can't have 1, have 2. I would suggest no more than 2, because what happens then is your message gets so watered down, it becomes beige. What you want to do is be so laser focused and so specific on who your avatar is, that when you put your message out there, your message resonates exactly with their pain point. They're exactly with where they're coming from, and they go, oh my God, that person is talking to me. And when they feel that, then they're going to connect with you. So be crystal clear. And I've got my avatars, she's a 45-year-old female called Brenda, and I've actually written almost a book about it, because I have delved quite deep into her psyche, and I understand. And now I go, if I'm going to do this, whatever I want to do, if I'm going to do a new program or do a special for hypnotherapy, I do have slightly different avatars for hypnotherapy and for social media, and that's appropriate because they're 2 different businesses. But when I do this and I come up with something new and I'm going, and then I ask myself, what would Brenda think of it? And I'll get into Brenda's psyche, and Brenda goes, that sucks. I'll go, okay, we're not doing that, because Brenda goes, no. So she's my litmus test, and everything I do, I run past her first. I would absolutely suggest, less than 1% of entrepreneurs actually sit down and do their avatar. Now, in the boot camp, we spend a whole week going over and building and developing your avatar, because I believe it's that important, but very, very few people do it. Once you get that laser focus, which is, I'm demonstrating that today, having, you know, over 70 people connect, register for this webinar in less than 12 hours or 24 hours, because I have a specific avatar, I have a specific message, and these people are wanting to hear what I have to say. So, and I knew who I was looking for. Now, I know we've got a few blokes on here, and you're not a 45-year-old woman called Brenda. What I'll say about that is, have your message specific. You will resonate with other people as well, but you will just talk to that one person. It's a whole mindset shift in how you go about it. Okay, moving right along, up to step 3, and we're halfway through the webinar. 10 ways to do groups for business. Now, this is really, really important. I'm only going to focus on half of them, because this is like a 3-hour webinar in itself. So, and we go over this in Bootcamp. We unpack each one of these in Bootcamp as well. So 10 ways to use group for business. One of the things that I do when I work with people who are doing things like building the communities, building tribes, they use it for complementing online or face-to-face training. So that's what I do with the boot camp. I use groups. I also do with the 747, creating massive engagement and organic reach on your Facebook business page. It's a 1-week intensive course that I'm running starting Monday. So these, and I use Facebook groups actually to complement, or to the whole course, the 747, is run in that group. The bootcamp, the Codebreakers bootcamp, is run partly by email and partly in the group, but it's a brilliant, brilliant mechanism to use if you're building a community, if you're having training, whatever you're doing it means you're doing group coaching, that type of thing. It's a great mechanism. The other is to become a thought leader. So to use groups, if you've got your own group, or you are interacting, or you're looking to connect with other people, groups are brilliant. So pick, say, 3 or 4 groups that are aligned with where your avatar is. This is really important, not where you want to go, but where your avatar is. And if you've unpacked who your avatar is, you'll know where to find them. So becoming a thought leader means that you'll go into the groups, and I'll talk a little bit about that in step 7 or 8, I think it is. So becoming a thought leader, you know your stuff. You're the expert in your industry. You're the expert where in the niche area that you operate in. So you can come into those groups and you can add true value to them. And people get to know you. They don't get to know you if you're sitting in the back wings just stalking or scrolling through the news feed, or just going, you know, I don't want to say anything, but actually people do value. Just know, actually, another bit of advice is get over yourself and just start commenting, because what you have to say, especially about your business and about your experience of life, it's your unique message, and you're going to be able to resonate with somebody or some people just by being you on Facebook. So you can become a thought leader. You won't resonate with everybody, but you will resonate with them. There will be people that will go, wow, that makes sense to me. So step out there, get out of your comfort zone, go into groups, comment accordingly, and please do it appropriately. Don't be spammy like I was. Don't be a seagull. Becoming a thought leader means that you're actually taking time to be a bit considerate and to think about what it is that you are talking about when you are in the groups. Having your own group as well is somewhere that you can become a thought leader, because you can put your own, obviously, your own stamp on that. Doing great customer service, and I know that there are some people here who do network marketing reps, and they have groups for people who are their customers. I have a group for the people who are customers of the network marketing company that I was with, and that was for product information. So if you've got a group of people who are customers, create a group for them. They can get to know each other and share their experiences, and you can keep them updated with the newest and greatest in the product range. There's a whole heap of stuff that you can do if you have a product and you want to get your customers together. So it's another one. Masterminding new ideas, that's something that I have done. Especially if you're doing something like, I love working with NLP, hypnotherapy, massage, Reiki, that type of thing. And we do have mastermind groups. Well, so much as now they've gone through to the Codebreakers group, but before I set up the Codebreakers, I had mastermind groups. I run a program called Super Saturday in my group, Social Media for Small Biz Owners, where people drop in links every week and they like, comment, share on each other's pages, because it's a collaborative effort for each of us to help build our Facebook presence and build engagement. So in your page, it's like a self-licking ice cream. If you put a post on your page and Facebook, nobody engages with it, Facebook just goes, well, no one's interested, so they don't show anyone. If you have some engagement on it, Facebook goes, wow, this post is popular, and so they'll show more people. We go into this in great depth in the 747 creating massive engagement and reach on your Facebook business page, of course, starting next week. But masterminding new ideas, before I started that program, what I did was I had a group of 5 people where we got together and I handpicked them, and I said, will you be part of this experiment? I called it a micro experiment. We did it for a week, and we're 5 people, and we just went into each other's business pages each day, and we liked, commented, and shared on posts. So it was only a tiny, tiny little group, and we had massive, like, it went through the roof. It was amazing. So that was the prelude to getting this new Super Saturday idea, where I've put that in my group, and I've since implemented that into other groups too, like the Adelaide Suburbs Small Business Networking Group and Women in Business Adelaide. So those ideas can grow. So you just never know when you, we had people were saying that they had new customers from it. They had, it just was amazing. So use it. If you've got an idea and you've got some people, 2 or 3, a tiny group of people that you want to mastermind the idea and test it out, use a Facebook group. It's brilliant. And the other one was creating events, because this is a brilliant way of, now you can do live in events. And when you do events, it's actually Kirsty and Courts from Smart Chicks were the ones who taught me this. It wasn't last Christmas, it was Christmas before, I think, where they got about 30 people together in a live event between Christmas and New Year. Like, who does that? Seriously. The only reason I believe that they cracked that nut was because they were commenting in the event on a daily basis, and they were putting exciting stuff in the event. So you've got a group, you can create events in your group, and I think you did it in the Smart Chicks group. The comments kept the notifications coming up, and I'm going, wow, this looks really exciting. So in the middle of Christmas and New Year last year, I trot off to this event in Norwood and met some wonderful people, and it was just amazing. So that idea is actually creating events in groups and keeping the momentum going by commenting. You don't just create an event and just leave it. You go in there, you create, you have some engagement. If you've got a wingman or a wingirl or someone that's you can actually have a conversation with and some sort of discussion with in the event, it does share it with more people. It's the same thing as a page. It's like that self-licking ice cream. The more engagement discussion there is on it, the more Facebook thinks that people are interested and like it. So now you can even go live on your event. So keep that in mind too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Step 5. Now, that was the one I was talking to before. Where do you find your avatar or your alter ego? You can find them anywhere. They're everywhere. So Facebook is a social platform. It is all about people. So you will find them on pages where their interest areas are, not where your interest areas are. You will find them in groups. You will find them in messenger chat rooms. You will find them in the new, that's what I meant, the new rooms. And you will find them there. You'll find them in blog article comments. So if people are posting blog articles and they've got the plugin where people can make comments, you will find them there. You will find them on other people's verandas, back verandas. You will find them if you've got friends in common that you can, connect with. You can actually find them in Facebook adverts in the comments section where the sponsored ads. If they're an interest area that you know your avatar is interested in, look in the comments section. Have a look. Be very, you can comment there yourself. Be a bit discerning. Have a little stalk of their profile and see if they think that there'd be someone that you'd like to connect with. Always, and I'll probably say this again, always when you connect with people, make sure you send them a message and say why you're connecting. Don't just send them a friend request. Only send out 5 or 10 a day, because you can get a Facebook slap, get put in jail if you're friending too many people that aren't responding to your friend request. So make sure that you do a few things. Just don't go nuts with it, but try and get 5,000 people on your back veranda who fit your avatar. That way you'll be able to find that you'll have a steady supply of customers or clients just sitting on your back veranda of your house. The other thing I did here was I failed to put an inverted bracket in the comments thing, so any people who do have the sort of sense of OCD about that, I'll change the slide now, because I know it does feel like unfinished business to some people. Connect, 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 connect. Remember to connect. That's what it's all about, is connecting. Now, what to post? How many times have you gone to someone's page or you've gone to their profile and there's just been spammy? Just type yes in the comments if you've just seen old salesy posts. Just a little bit of interaction. Yeah, we've got one. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. So, and I think it is, if you are looking for interaction to connect, people don't want to connect with your business. People want to connect with you. They want to connect. Big yes from Karina, yes, yes. So we want value. We want entertainment. We don't want to be sold to. Not even us as business people. You think about when you come and you were scrolling through the newsfeed mindlessly before you became aware of what you need to do as a business person on Facebook. You didn't want to see those salesy posts about the new product or the what this or the specials or whatever. You want to see, you want to be entertained, you want to be informed, you want to connect. These are the types of posts that I've observed on Facebook. They're entertainment, information, humorous, news, sales, promo, or personal. Who has seen the video of the kangaroo doing the whole thing with his huge knackers? Okay, just share with it yes if you've seen that. If you haven't, it's on my timeline. It's in my hallway. Let's have a look, see who's seen that. Okay, Rob hasn't seen it. You've got to check it out. This was posted by a friend of mine, and she and I think some of my colleagues here know her as well. My hypnotherapy NLP colleagues know her. No, you haven't seen it. Oh my God. It was posted about 3 days ago. It was just after, where are we now? It was just after Easter. So it might have been Tuesday that it was posted, well, Monday or Tuesday. And overnight, she had 38,000 views and 330 shares. She'd been at this park for Easter and just filmed this massive kangaroo just sitting there, just going like this with its balls. And she'd had people, she's a spiritual healer, psychic medium, NLP practitioner, but she had just posted this on, and she's going, it's on my timeline. She contacted me, it's on my timeline, what do I do? I said, get on your business page quick, because that's viral stuff. And then she's had Viral Hog and some other people contact her that they wanted to play it, and they're licensing her for it. So it's really quite interesting, because I love to see, and I'm glad I'm connected with it, but to see the insight about how things go viral on Facebook, it's really quite fascinating. So that's another rabbit hole that I'll be going down and exploring in the not too distant future. Things that you can post is asking for advice, contest, competition. I won't go through them all. What I find, a couple that are really, really useful to get engagement, because you're always thinking engagement, 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 engagement. Things like your personal posts are good if they're celebrating things. So if you are, you know, you've got a birth or in the family, or if you've got a celebration or even a business milestone, it doesn't have to be completely business-like, but a personal post people tend to engage a lot more on, and you would notice that in your own newsfeed, in your personal, in your passageway. But when you're in your business page, you will be posting things like, you will find that you will get as much engagement on personal posts. Don't do bleeding heart stuff. We're not interested in that. We really want to have your wins, your celebrations, things that can lift people up. So inspirational posts, even if you're a plumber or a window washer or a hairdresser or a NLP practitioner or a butler, Henry, if you are whatever your business is, inspirational posts, people love them. You will never ever run out of things to post if you do inspirational posts, and you can make inspirational posts relevant to your business. Just go to Google and search for things like inspirational quotes around So whatever it is you do, inspirational quotes about, you know, you can, for plumbing it might be, you know, or things around maintenance, so you don't have to, you know, the value of maintenance. It could be anything. So you can match them with images using simple apps on your phone or your mobile device. I use PowerPoint if I'm using it on my computer, because it's not that sophisticated, but does the same effect. Or you can use Canva or Adobe Spark on your computer. You can do that as well. It is that sophisticated actually when you do online. But those sort of things. Other ones that people like are things like, where are we? Days of the week, seasons, because hump day as Monday, you know, the caffeine start the week, people relate to that. They're relatable posts. That hump day, Wednesday hump day, thank God it's Friday, TGIF. I've got on my page a little bit of a twist to that, and so it's Angel Wednesday and Celebrate Friday. So we look at the 3 wins that you've had in the week before. I try and do a positive spin on things. I'm just realising we've got 10 minutes left, so I am going to keep moving. You can, if I can get this going, there we go. Step 7 and 8. I'll skip over these quite quickly. Using scheduling posts and using your insights. Now, what I notice is that people, if you say you haven't got time, scheduling posts is something that's really, really important to do. Sit down on a Sunday afternoon or schedule out 2 or 3 hours a month and get your inspirational posts. You know when the first day of spring is. You know when Wednesday is going to be. You know when Friday is going to be. You know when it's the weekend. So do those posts. You can schedule them for 6 months if you want. Block out some time, get your posts, get your creatives, do your fancy stuff on Canva. It's just canva.com if you've never played with it. They do templates that are the right size for Facebook posts. Adobe Spark is brilliant. So look at those, schedule your posts, and just do the ones that you know that can just come out in the newsfeed or into the newsfeed of your business page, so you've got some regular stuff happening. Just schedule it in. It's that easy. Use your insights. Now, like what I said about the settings, you need to also get into your insights as at least monthly. Get to know them. This is one of the things that people don't do very often. They don't look at their page. They don't look at their insights. They don't look at their settings. Like they don't look at the back of the shop. Get familiar with it, because then you'll know who you can see. When people are posting, you can see here when people are posting on the page. This is my hypnotherapy with a dare page. What times they are posting. You can also see what posts get the most engagement. So I won't go into that here, but these are the sort of things that you need to be aware of. So you can also watch pages, so you can see what other pages in your industry are doing well. So you can see here I'm watching pages. So there's things that you can do here. Okay, interacting with your peeps, step 9. They're all important, all important. Post your great content. Monitor using the global icon. Now this means that you, some people go, they just the notifications really, I know that people have said to me that, because there should all of these, you know, notifications coming in. But what you can do is you can celebrate that. You can go, wow, this is fantastic. I'm getting notifications. People are engaging, and that means that you've got a notification, and that's your cue to go back and engage with them. So it's someone's, okay. Okay, Karen, what I will do is I'll include the links to those, to Canva and Adobe Spark, in the email. And so you can click on those links in the email, and you can go back and have a look at them there. Asking great questions. This is a clue, because people love to have questions. Their brains are wired to answer questions. So what you can do is ask questions. Keep the discussion going. Now, this is an art form, and I haven't cracked it yet. I know one girl that I connect with the Happiness Hunters down at Mawson Lakes that Tony Everard runs, a girl called Joanne. She is brilliant at it. So shout out to you, Joanne Ferguson. You are brilliant at continuing the discussion and keeping the discussion going when you make a post on Facebook. So and actually I want to catch up with you and interview you about that too, because I want to unpack that and find out what the trick is. Always try and design your answers to encourage more discussion. Above all, have fun with it, be personable, and be yourself. Okay, so step 10, I'll have a look at the questions afterwards. Eyeballs on your stuff. Now, this is really, really important. Discipline and consistency. Now, it is 10 to 30 minutes a day. If you're just starting off, I would suggest a little bit longer. But if you can only spare 15 minutes, do 15 minutes, and that's not in the newsfeed. That is, if you doing posts, answering, asking questions, responding, engaging. So this is really critical stuff. If you want to have a presence on Facebook, you must be on Facebook, and you must do it regularly. There are some sayings that say you can take a sabbatical, go away for the weekend and shut your phone off. That's sometimes good. People really won't miss you, but you just, if you wanted to, it's like an aeroplane going down the runway. If you've got the aeroplane and it starts to take off, and you go halfway down the runway and you go, oh, well, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. And you stop the aeroplane, hop out and go over the hangar, have a cup of tea. Back in the aeroplane, okay, where to now? If you want to start again, you want to take off from where your plane is on that runway, you're actually not going to be able to get airborne. So then you have to go right back to the beginning and start again. Once you're airborne, then you can take a little time. But if you're really serious about this stuff, get yourself on there, be regular, be consistent. Push out, not pull in. And I said before at the beginning, Facebook is all about pulling information. So you're sitting there as a passive recipient to information. I think I've got some. Okay, there's your discipline. There's a push me, pull you. So this represents you are not pulling in information passively, but Facebook is feeding you. What you are doing is you are choosing where you go on Facebook. You're in the driver's seat. You're in control. You choose where you go. It's you've got no reason to let Facebook tell you what you need to see. You choose what groups you go into, you choose what pages you visit, you choose what you put on your timeline, you choose who else's timeline you go to. You don't need to be in the newsfeed unless you choose to. Facebook adverts, now this is something that you really need to do. It's something that I haven't done yet. I have done everything that I have done completely. I haven't spent any money on Facebook ads. And there are some wonderful people around who do Facebook ads. I'm doing a advanced course on Facebook ads myself. My area of expertise is teaching people how to be on Facebook to attract clients. Facebook ads is a very important integral component of that. And by apparently by the middle of the year, the newsfeed will be chockers, and there will be no more space for ads, but they're also putting ads in your into your live videos, and that's something that I haven't covered, but I should have done it in the content, and that's go live as often as you can. If you're worried about going live, that was just a thought I had. If you're worried about going live, Tony Everard runs a group called Live Confidence for video, for live video confidence for business owners. Jump into her group, tell her I sent you. She will help you. We also do a combined webinar called From Dread to Delight with live video. So watch out for that too. But live video is the way to go. You will never get as much free organic reach and exposure as you do right now. There's a window of opportunity if you're a business person on Facebook to do live. Facebook adverts is absolutely, you'll need to move towards that if you want to scale and grow your business, and that's an integral part of it too. So what's next? Now, I've got some stuff coming up, some courses coming up. I'm off to the US on the 13th of May. I'm back on the 25th. I'm doing a intensive course on social media as the conference. To obviously, I'm serious about this, and I want to know the latest and greatest stuff so I can bring it to you. So I'm investing in myself to do that. I'm running a course which is called 747, Creating Massive Engagement and Organic Reach on Your Facebook Business Page. That's on the 24th, that's from Monday, the 24th to the 30th of April. And what happens there is you get 1 week of laser focus on your business page. It's fast and easily implementable steps via video each morning. So it's a video which is 7 to 10 minutes. And I'm in the group, in the regularly, you get a private Facebook group, and I'm in there regularly to answer questions. Now that's US $27. If you want to join that, that's starting Monday. You're welcome to come along and join that. Laser focus on your business page only. That's been, I've run a couple of those. They've been highly successful. I've got some feedback too from some of that stuff. What else is next? I've got a full-day workshop covering the 10 steps to breaking the Facebook code in even more detail. So in an hour, I've given you as much as I possibly can, talking really, really fast, and given you some actionable steps that you can take away and implement right now. You get the whole picture. This unpacks it even further. This is happening if you're in Adelaide. It's Saturday the 27th of May, 9 a.m. till 4 at the Elizabeth Tavern. I'm running one. This is the third one I've run this year. I'm running one north, south, east, west, and in the hills. This one's in the north. So it's at Elizabeth Tavern. It is $67 per person. Have a special offer. If you buy your ticket, you can bring a friend for $30. I have a special for Adelaide Suburb Small Business Networking Group, Women in Business Adelaide, and Business Networking East Adelaide, because I am involved in all of those 3 networks. You can purchase specially discounted tickets for $57, but you also are able to bring a friend for the $30. That still applies. So if you aren't a member of any of those groups, you must be in Adelaide for those groups, except Women in Business Adelaide. You must be a chick. You don't necessarily have to live in Adelaide, but we like to have connections locally. Okay, so I have more. There's more. Facebook Codebreakers Bootcamp. I'm starting the 3rd bootcamp on the 29th of May when I get back from the US. This one is, I mean, they've all been amazing. They've all gone off. The 29th of May to the 23rd of July, it's July, it's online. You can do it at your own pace. But in Bootcamp, there's a live webinar every Monday, private Facebook group for members only. I'm in the group daily, and I'm live in the group at least twice a week for Q&A and interviews. You can ask anything. There are no dumb questions here. You take a deep dive into each step that we do here. I do also in the day workshop, but I cover it each step in a greater depth, bringing you the latest changes on Facebook as they occur. So it's regularly updated. Daily changes happen on Facebook. So they're into the Bootcamp, Facebook Codebreakers Bootcamp group. The tools and templates and tuition on how to use them, like the health check, the building your avatar. Like I said, we spend a week on that. It really is important to understand how to use those tools to maximum benefit. And we have a great community, and it's growing, and networks, and we do business together. We connect. we have an amazing time together. It's over 4,600 value, but what I'm offering this time for this half of the year is $497. I've got an early bird investment of $397 until the 13th of May. Now, what I'm doing is just a couple of feedback from people who have been involved in my groups. This is one who did 747. She has got, within a couple of days, a growth of, you can see there, 142% increase on page visits, 163% increase on weekly reach, 166% on people engaged. So this stuff really works. Tony is saying, even though she's not implemented as much as she could have, her total weekly reach is up 149%. Mari Smith, who's heard of Mari Smith, the queen of Facebook? She sent me a friend request over Christmas, and I was so stoked. I just had to go, look, here we go. There we are. Mari Smith sends me a friend request. The queen of Facebook. They asked Mari Smith, Facebook asked Mari Smith to do a roadshow in 2014 or 15 across the US to show small businesses how to operate on Facebook, and she's sending me a friend request. Now, if that's not edification for you, I don't know what is. I'm so stoked. Okay, every webinar, free webinar, has bonuses, don't we? So I've got bonuses here for you. If you sign up for the Facebook Codebreakers Bootcamp before Monday the 24th of April, so it's only a few days, what you will get, in addition to all of that stuff on the bootcamp, you will get a one-to-one health check review with me on your Facebook business page. So that's one-to-one done by Zoom. I'll personally check it for you. It'll be recorded, and you can have that. Free access to the 747 course, which is starting on the 24th of April, and you'll get free access if you're in Adelaide to the full-day workshop on the 27th of May. You can fly down from that too if you are in another state or somewhere that's you're welcome to attend that. So the total value is well over $5,000. So it is $397 booked before the specials that you get, the bonuses. For $397 if booked before the 24th of April. They'll be off the table after that. You can still get the early bird price up until the 13th of May, and after the 13th of May it's full price of $497 to join up for the boot camp. So let's just have a look at some of the questions and see if I'm right on time, I think. So we are 4 minutes over, so I'll just turn off the recording and just go over some of the questions. Okay.